Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. What we got for you today is an introduction to the Budapest Gambit for Jarwitz variation. This is a fighting defense where black refuses to accept the status quo. After d4, knight f6, c4, white is settling in for a nice comfortable game. We're going to keep the strong center at white, and we're going to just slowly make black try to grind and maybe get a draw. What we're going to do instead is gambit a pawn. Now, some people look down their noses at this defense, but I've used this defense to get draws with people as high as the international master level. And let's be honest, when was the last time anybody studied this defense? Especially this rare sideline, knight e4. I mean, knight g4 has at least been seen before, but what about knight e4? When was the last time somebody studied this with white? This is a very good surprise weapon, and you're likely to get a quick win if white doesn't know what to do. So, for example, let's suppose that white decides to punish black by asking where this knight is going. Maybe after knight c5, e4, you can erect a strong pawn center, and he is still up a pawn. But it turns out that black is already winning. This e5 move from black opened up two different diagonals, and we're going to see both of them in play now. We start off with the move bishop to b4 check, which is the first diagonal. So white has no choice but to put a piece in the way. So let's say he tries this one. Now black can go for the second diagonal and play queen h4 check. Notice how quickly black's pieces are coming into the game. White is, for the most part, been moving pawns and black is moving pieces, and there's always a potential for a quick win when that's the case. And it turns out that after g3, knight takes g3, h takes g3, we already have a checkmate. So this is severe punishment for white for not being aware of the potential of black's position. But let's back this train up. Suppose after this move, white thinks he can bail out. Maybe he can play this move. And after knight takes h1, king d2, he's only down the exchange. And maybe he has hopes of survival. But we don't play knight takes h1, of course. We play knight e4. And this is a different kind of a checkmate, because the knight does a nice job of guarding the d2 square. But backing up, remember this check back here earlier? Suppose he tries a different way of interposing. Suppose instead of, after bishop b4 check, we play the knight to c3. You notice that there's more air around the white king's position, so it might be harder to checkmate him. But it turns out that black is winning here too. After knight takes c3, white has nothing better than b takes c3, because the white queen is under attack. For example, bishop d2 fails to knight takes d1. So he might as well take the knight back. But after bishop takes c3, check, bishop takes d2, we play a rather surprising move here. Yes, we could play bishop takes a1 and be up to exchange. But let's remember what Emanuel Lasker said. He said, "Do you see a good move? Wait. Don't play it. Look for a better one." And it turns out that the better move here is actually bishop takes e5, which is rather surprising. Why win the exchange when we can win the exchange and a pawn too? Like, we're not going to just win the rook on a1. We're going to win the pawn on e5. But you say to yourself, well, wait a minute. Can't white save the rook with rook b1? I mean, yeah, you won a pawn there, but isn't this still a game? Well, actually, no, because we go back to that earlier diagonal we discussed. And after queen h4 check, g3, we have this beautiful move. Queen takes g3 check. H takes g3 check. And if the bishop takes g3, it's checkmate. Isn't that a beautiful position? It's comical. Like, here we have a bishop against white's entire army. And nothing else is developed for black, and yet the game's already over. So anyway, this is an example of the type of unusual and dynamic play that's available for black if he's willing to just gambit a pawn with black and just go for it, right? And take advantage of the fact that, especially like in a rapid game or something like that, white probably hasn't studied the opening, and black has very good chances. I've used this opening to beat and to draw some very strong players, and I have above average results with this. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day. Take care.